Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host Thomas Siri from On the Hot Podcast. Today, I have some bonus content for you guys. The bonus content we'll be covering today will be in the sport of baseball inside the MLB world. And today, I'll be sharing my thoughts on Shohei Ohtani signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So, yesterday afternoon, really yesterday evening in the sports world, in the MLB world, we seen the best player in baseball make his decision on where he would play next following his free agent decision after leaving the Los Angeles Angels. And Shohei Ohtani has officially picked the Los Angeles Dodgers. So Shohei Ohtani signed with the Dodgers. This is now the biggest move that has transpired in the MLB offseason. On Saturday, we saw him sign a 10-year, $700 million deal to sign with the Los Angeles Dodgers. That is now the biggest sports contract in North American history. Shohei Ohtani having $700 million in his name is incredible, man. I'm happy for him. A 10-year deal to go to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Really thinking about it now, I'm really not surprised he did choose the Dodgers out of all the 30 teams in the MLB. I'm not really surprised on this decision to go to the Dodgers. The Yankees were really ruled out once they got traded for Juan Soto earlier in the week. I couldn't see him going to the Blue Jays. I know that there were a lot of reporters and speculation that he was potentially going to choose the Blue Jays as his team. I couldn't see him playing in Toronto for a very long time. I still think they're still trying to figure things out in Toronto. Even though they have some good pieces, I couldn't see him going to the Blue Jays. But I know that the Dodgers was a good choice for him because he's a fan of the LA. He's a fan of the West Coast. He was a fan of playing in LA for the Angels, but decided to pick the other team in LA and now play for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So I'm not really surprised on this decision. But what a time to be a sports fan if you're a sports fan of LA, of any team in LA, or you live in LA and you're in the West Coast. You have the luxury of watching so many talented players in your area. Starting off with football, they got Justin Herbert out there for the Chargers. The Rams, they got Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, Puka Nacua. They got a lot of players out there for the NFL. If you like the NFL, then NBA, they got LeBron James, Anthony Davis and company. Clippers got Kawhi Leonard, Paul George out there, James Harden, Westbrook. Man, and now you got your new big three in LA and Mookie Betts, Ohtani, and Freddie Freeman, three former MVPs playing for the Dodgers now. Now it's a big three for the side of baseball for the Dodgers moving forward. And the Dodgers have a pretty good lineup for next year. They're going to have Mookie Betts in the lineup. They're going to have Ohtani in the lineup. They're going to have Freddie Freeman in the lineup, Will Smith and Max Muncy in their lineup next year. So they're going to be a really talented team. They're a really good regular season team. Now it's time to see if they could get back to the World Series and potentially win another World Series, something that they did in the shorter year of 2020 for that MLB season. So even though Shohei Ohtani will not be pitching next year due to the Tommy John surgery that he had and the Tommy John injury, he will not be pitching next year. So Shohei Ohtani, you're losing him being the best pitcher. However, you still have him as a hitter, and he could get on base. He could hit home runs. He could be explosive dynamite when he's batting. So it's good to have Shohei Ohtani, to have him for 10 years. The Dodgers definitely are winners of the MLB offseason by signing the best player in MLB today. So now, which brings me to this. After the Shohei Ohtani deal, that brings me to my next question. Should baseball have a salary cap? I believe we need to have this conversation. I do believe that baseball does need a salary cap. We see leagues like the NFL and the NBA have a salary cap, and it's best for business for those respective sports to have a salary cap. I think baseball needs to begin to have a salary cap very soon, and for the sake of the future. We're seeing teams like the New York Yankees. Me being a Yankees fan, we're seeing teams like the Yankees and the Los Angeles Dodgers have the money to throw around $300 million plus to get the best players during the offseason, or trade for the best players, but still being able to afford the players no matter what. Those two teams, just off the top of my head, can do those things because they are in a bigger market and they have the money to afford these bigger players. And that honestly hurts the game of baseball at times, because whenever we have these big-time signings or big-time free agent acquisitions about to take place in the sport of baseball, we already know it's going to be a top-market team like the Yankees or the Dodgers, or a top-market team. And it really hurts the league because it really is going to show that the dominant teams that have a dominant market are just going to continue to dominate the sport of baseball. And we're seeing teams like the Guardians, we're seeing teams like the Pirates and the Royals. They'll never be able to sign a top tier player like Ohtani or any of other top available players because they don't have the money like the top market teams do. So I think that hurts the game of baseball. I think we really need to have this conversation that baseball needs to have a salary cap like the NFL and the NBA. But other than that, I think the game of baseball is great. Definitely moving forward. I'm actually really excited of Ohtani playing for the Dodgers. I think that's really good for baseball to have him with the Dodgers. But I just think if we need to be on an even playing field like other sports like the NFL and the NBA that have a salary cap, I think baseball needs to have a salary cap as well. So you have these other smaller teams that have a chance to go after a player like Ohtani or make a big-time trade for Juan Soto, things like that. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.